Good morning and welcome to my channel. CLFurlong here. We are all about running and lifestyle, and today we're going to talk about you. So I've been quite inspired just by, well, I don't know if it's inspired. Well, actually, yeah, it's inspired. I've been quite inspired by just everyone, and I think I've had a realization that we all have something to share. Which that's already said and done, right? We already know that we all have a story, we all have a message, we all have something to share. I think the challenge and the realization is two-sided. Is one, people don't really think what they have to share is of value, and two is I think we need to also encourage those to be able to bring that value out. So I want to talk about this, and I want to talk about you and all that, and how I got to that point, and just, yeah, anyway, it's all coming through to me at the same time, so it's all real time. Before we do that, we're going to get out, we're going to do a run, probably do about 4K again, just don't want to overdo it still. I'm feeling good, but I just playing it safe. It's absolutely spectacular morning. It's sunny, it's fresh, it's clear, it's so good. I do have some exciting news to share with you too. We'll get into that when we get back. We'll get this run done, enjoy some of the sunshine, and then we'll have a bit more chat about you and why your story matters and what you're going to do about it. So let's do it. Oh, so good. So good. Never gets old. I'm feeling good, feeling excited. What a run. That was, the smile on my face is big, as you can see. It was great. That was probably a lot of things in there. I just felt good. Didn't feel any noggins or anything, but at the same time, I just feel happy. And not saying that I haven't been happy, but just emotionally happy, like really good, right? And there's a whole bunch of reasons for it, and there'll be more on that, which will come later in some videos, which I just can't share just yet. We're so close. But I do have some good news for you. Well, it's exciting news. It's not really for you. It's a bit about me. But it leads into the broader conversation I want to have today. And the cool thing that happened was after doing the marathon and sharing back to the New York Roadrunners, they were quite well, they said they were inspired by me doing a backyard marathon here in Australia, in Melbourne, in lockdown, and they asked, could they share my details with NBC, the Today Show, and I was like, okay, like I didn't know what that meant, and we discussed a bit more. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. And anyway, long story short, we had a bit of an interview. They said, they weren't sure if they were, if my content would be selected, but they were doing a whole bunch of interviews with a whole bunch of different people. Anyway, long story short, I was on TV, which was pretty cool. It was only short and sweet, but I think that doesn't matter. And there was a whole bunch of other people in there as well. And a couple of things I want to talk about here is, one, I hadn't mentioned anything to really anyone other than my close family and whatnot. The reason why is because sometimes I get overexcited with things, and well, we all do this, and sometimes not overselling getting overexcited. It can, you know, limit the blow when expectation versus reality comes to life and realizing it's not as good as you think. Now, so I didn't really want to say anything to anyone because I didn't know if I was even going to get on. I got on, and though I didn't get much of a talking segment, they showed a lot of my footage, which was nice. But the thing where I was kind of encouraged by the most is, you know, my story, yes, being I had to do marathon in the backyard, etc., etc. But listening to some of the other stories, there was a guy that was doing the marathon juggling, which, I mean, that's just cool. And then there was a few people which, you know, they've gone through a tough year. I mean, we've all gone through a tough year, but, you know, they had lost family members to cancer, and, you know, the running journey was just really what was enabling them to really get through the year. And I think that's what it's all about, right? I've been talking about that the running for me is more than just the physical. It's creates something more for me, right? And, you know, listening to these stories and then listening to someone else around, you know, that's helped them get through the year as well. It's really motivating, it's really encouraging, and it's really inspiring. And I'm quite humbled to be on that with those bunch of people, because I actually feel kind of I feel like my story isn't as powerful as theirs, which then leads into what I really want to talk about, which is you. And I think this really helps me have a great reflection and understanding of, like, we should never underestimate what we have to share, what our story is, or if we have a question to ask. And what I mean by that is, I think a lot of the time we underestimate, you know, who we are as everyday people. The thing is, we are all everyday people. We are all going through something probably along the similar lines, but we all have experiences. And if you have something to say, something to share, you should share it, right? I mean, yes, of course, everyone has opinion, everyone has thoughts, la-di-da-di-da, but I think, you know, me being able to share my story about the backyard, you know, I've had so many people say this was so inspiring and so motivating, which is very overwhelming. At the same time, for me, hearing it from other people of that, you know, they've been running and they've had all these, you know, deaths in the family and stuff this year, and that's inspiring to me. And it's kind of like we all need to get some inspiration from different people. We all need to find something that encourages us, motivates us, inspires us, and all that. And you will be able to do it for someone else will be able to do it for you. And it's the same thing for when it comes to asking questions. Because if you don't ask questions, one, you'll never get an answer. It might not be the answer you want, but you won't get one at all. So you're better off just asking the question, what's the worst that can happen? And I guarantee you there's probably other people thinking it or wanting to ask it, but they're in a similar boat, they're too scared to ask. It's the same thing about taking action. People that want to start a YouTube, but they make excuses, or they're like, I can't do this because of that, or I'm too scared, or I'm too nervous. If you don't start, that's never going to change. It's never going to change. Yes, you're going to be nervous, you're going to be scared, but I think people will see past that and see the true intent, the true story that is behind what you're trying to deliver. So that's my message for you today. We would usually get to this after the running stats, but it's just fresh on the head and I wanted to share it. And don't underestimate you, all right? Don't. All right, let's get into the stats. Now, I think we've done pretty good. I mean, I felt like I was flying. I felt like I was, it was just good. I just in a good position mentally at the moment. I'm feeling happy, and that you know, that transposes into when we run. We all know this, and I've just been quite, with the weather, feeling good. I mean, it's Thursday, I've got work today, but it just feels, it's just a very good day, and I think that helps her. So I think I've done probably close to just shy of under 6 pace, which is going to be quite rewarding, I think. All right, there we go, a perfect 4K 550 pace. Hey, that's a lot better than I expected. A lot better. Beautiful heart rate as well, 159. Okay, this is neat. 550 pace, this is awesome. Whoa, 444, but this is Okay, I didn't expect all this. Heart rate pretty good, cadence solid, temperature doesn't really matter, performance okay, just baseline, which I'm happy with that, because I'm trying to get back to being just in a good position so I can start doing some longer runs. Really happy with that. Wow, this is great. I just want to say thank you to everyone as well. I mean, I've been getting quite a few new people jumping over to the channel, and thanks for being here, appreciate it. Welcome, hi. If you are new here and you haven't left a comment, do leave a comment. Let me know how you found me, let me know, what you think. I'll be, more than happy to answer any questions as well, but I just really want to say thank you, and I appreciate you being here, and for all those that have been here for a while, thank you so much. All right, well, that's it from me. I've got a backlog of videos coming, guys, and there's plenty to come, so don't worry, we're not going anywhere, and I know I still have to deliver on the analytics and a few other things as well, so we're getting there, we're not far behind. So appreciate you with the patience, but there's going to be lots of content, new, different, and the same, but keeping it fresh, or trying to keep it fresh as well. All right, well, that's it from me. I really do appreciate it. I'm gonna go have a smoothie, have some coffee, and for now, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, do the whole shebang, and hustle. Ciao.